Hey everybody, this is Rapping Sports with Jax with the J today to the xnx.com. Go over to the website, check it out. I'm going to have this new article about gambling in a little bit. I think you might enjoy it. Mostly gambling on the horses. I have other stuff like that too. But anyway, today we're going to talk about the New Jersey Devils. And this isn't your team right yet. I mean, I see everybody picking their lineups, what they think and what their lines are going to be, but they're forgetting the one main factor. Devils have 8 to 10 million under the cap still clear, and they're waiting and they're looking around. So I'm willing to bet that some of these people aren't even going to be on the team next year. Like, I don't think Boquist, I think he'll be the first one of the first ones traded, depending on what the other teams are looking for. Don't be surprised if Severson's one of the ones traded. I mean, you never know. But there's definitely more tricks up the sleeve because if you were to set this team right now and let them play the season, they'd be competitive. But I believe they need at least one more score away because in my mind, they still didn't put the one thing away that they need to absolutely do. And to me, they haven't done it yet. It's have a line mate with Jack Hughes. I mean, Sharon Govich played good last year. Quokinen played good. But is this really the team that you want, the lines that you want for now to the rest of the year, when you might be able to find a more experienced guy that might help you out or someone that's more prepared? 10 million, 8 million under the cap, you can get one top player like a Terashenko, and that's not even saying he's still on the table. I don't know, but I've never heard it was off the table. I only heard St. Louis say he's going to come to camp. So, possibility. A lot of teams still want him. Devils are one of the teams that can actually take him and take on his full salary. Keep hearing these these rumors about Subban also. I think I'm kind of surprised at the teams, as I said in the last show, but who knows? I've been wrong before. So I know I see a lot of people penciling in that Devil lineup. Who's going to play line with what and how and where? But I think we got to wait a little bit to see. I can't see the Devils leaving all that money on the table without trying to pick up at least one more person. Which, if they do pay somebody more than $5 or $6 million, one of the young kids is bumped out. Because personally, I would like to see Nolan on this team myself. I'd like to see him make the team, but I don't see it right now because that money is still hanging around there. And it's not a bad thing, in my opinion. I don't think it's a bad thing. And I think you need to use the money because a lot of teams, when they have a fourth round pick, in the case Luke Hughes, they usually make the team. But the Devils have decided, let's bury him in Michigan for a couple of years. You're supposed to want talent on this team. And if he's more talented than the other guys, he should have been playing in these rookie games so you could see what he can do. Instead, to me, they're going to bury him in Michigan a couple of years. I care less about Michigan's hockey, what they do. As a matter of fact, they usually root for Connecticut teams, so there's no way all the players that they have it. And if I were Buffalo, I'd be pissed if I was a season ticket holder and my number one pick is buried over in playing for Michigan also. Makes no sense to me. They should, and it seems like in the case of Owen, he might have been running from Buffalo. Who knows? But I know that wouldn't be the case with Hughes. But just because you're young doesn't automatically mean if you're more talented, he should have been trying out with the Devils to see that. And I don't even think he's going to get that. I think he's going to go right to Michigan, and I'm kind of annoyed by that because he's the fourth pick, and he should be up there, at least trying out, but whatever's done is done, which that usually means if he's talented enough, you could trade somebody else, one of the other defensemen, knowing that he's hanging around. So it's going to be interesting, though, because you guys can't forget that extra 8-10 million. I'm not exactly sure what it is number-wise, but I know it's around there. That's going to go to somebody, and you could do that as late and last minute as possible. And there's still teams squirming, and they're going to be squirming even more, especially teams that are high on the cap and need to dump some players. And we'll see how it goes. But I do see the Devils making one big splash. I can't see them making the playoffs without getting one more player in here, preferably to play with Hughes, because You could put Tatar. You could probably put him with Heisher and Brad or whatever combination. But I think you need somebody that's maybe a big guy, that's a little bit physical, or somebody on the power play they can use to go with Hamilton. There's so much they can use, and they need to spend a little bit. I'm not even saying you have to spend it all. Maybe another $5-6 million on a player, unless it's someone like Tarasenko, or unless you put an offer sheet out there for one of the Vancouver players to maybe sneak Quinn on the team somehow. Because if Quinn Hughes doesn't sign or signs a very small contract, he can actually be a Devil at some point, and I think he will. This is his chance to kind of look out what he wants to do. And it's obvious if Vancouver had any brains, they just trade him right now and get the crap over with, is what they would do. But we'll see how it goes. It's going to be very interesting. But don't keep penciling in all these starters, because I have a feeling a couple of the younger guys are going to be traded, because you can only be so young. You have to have a couple more veterans on the team. To me, they haven't solved the Jack Hughes problem. I want a guaranteed someone that scored 30 goals in this league, or at least 20, 25 goals in the league consistently, put on his line. I think Jack Hughes will up the game. And I'm not saying Saragovich, and I'm not saying Kuokkanen aren't good enough to play on the team, or maybe they will work out in the long run. I don't know, because it would be nice. It would be a nice young line that you can have for years and years. But we'll see how it goes. But it's going to be interesting. But just don't forget that $8 million, $10 million on the cap. Somebody's going to fill the slot. And there's going to be some people that either get traded or don't make that team. That's going to be disappointed. But I'm assuming if he spends that money, it's going to be really positive for the Devils. And we'll see how it goes from there. Anyway, this is Rapid Sports with Jax, from the J to the A to the X to the X.com. Go over to the website. Hey, please throw a like. Definitely leave some comments so I know what you guys think out there. And talk to you soon. Bye.